welcome back for another deep dive. And today we're tackling something that might not sound the most exciting at first glance.
Oh, yeah.
Insurance. But I think you'll see why it's anything but boring as we go through this.
I agree.
And we're really going to uncover how it's like the unsung hero of a really solid financial plan. So
I like that.
stick with us.
Unsung hero. That's good.
So I guess like to kick things off, maybe you can help reframe how people think about insurance. Because I think a lot of us, myself included, you kind of think of it as like that thing you get to like check the box.
Yeah.
And prevent disaster,
Okay.
Like God forbid something
Like
happen.
a worst case scenario type of thing.
Yeah, it's a worst case scenario. So how should we be thinking about it?
Well, it's so much more than that. I mean, it really is the foundation for a strong financial plan. And, when you think about building a house, you don't start with the fancy finishes, do you? You start with the foundation, you make sure it's strong, and, it can support everything you want to build on top of it. And insurance is the same thing for your finances.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So instead of that, like, just in case thing, we should be looking at this as like the first brick
Yes.
in our,
Great analogy, yeah.
financial future.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
It gives you that solid base, the confidence to take risks, make investments, and ultimately achieve those big financial dreams that you have.
Yeah.
And without it, you're constantly worrying about what could go wrong, and that can really hold you back from reaching your full potential.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's like if you build a house on sand, it's just not going to
Exactly.
stand up to the storm.
Exactly. You got to have that solid foundation, and insurance helps you weather those financial storms. Think about it, unexpected medical bills,
Oh, yeah.
disability, or even just like a market downturn. They can all shake your financial stability. But with the right insurance in place, you've got that buffer, a safety net that prevents those events from completely derailing your plans.
So it's like that financial shock absorber?
Yeah.
That kind of helps keep you going?
Yeah, it gives you that certainty, and predictability in an uncertain world. So, no matter what curveball life throws your way, you've got a safety net to catch you.
Okay, but I got to ask you, when we talk about insurance, I think most people, and I'm including myself in this, we think life insurance.
Right?
So are we talking about that, or is there more to it?
Well, that's a common misconception. Life insurance is definitely important, especially if you have a family that, depends on your income. But a truly robust financial plan really considers, a wider range of insurance options,
Okay.
each one with its own unique purpose.
So break it down for me. What else should we be thinking about?
Well, you got disability insurance. That's crucial. Especially if you rely on your income to support your lifestyle and financial goals. Imagine if suddenly you couldn't work because of an illness or an accident. Well, disability insurance steps in and replaces a portion of your income, so it helps you stay afloat financially during that difficult time.
So it's like having the generator
That's a good analogy.
when your primary source of power goes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps the lights on.
It prevents, a temporary setback from turning into a long-term financial crisis. And then you've got long-term care insurance, which is something a lot of people overlook, especially when they're younger. But as we age, the possibility of needing help with, daily living activities becomes more real.
Yeah.
So
long-term care is kind of like investing in our future selves in a way.
absolutely. Think of it as a safety net that not only protects your assets, but also safeguards your dignity and independence in the later stages of life.
And that's something we don't often think about. Like, I think about protecting my finances, but not about protecting my lifestyle and my choices
Yeah.
as I get older.
Exactly. And by layering these different types of insurance, you're creating a multidimensional safety net,
Okay.
that protects you from a wider range of financial risks.
So it's like building like a fortress
Oh,
around our financial well-being.
you're creating a financial fortress that can withstand those various storms and safeguard your future.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've laid out that the foundation's important, but like, how does this actually play out in real life?
Okay, well, let's say you decide to take a leap of faith and you want to start your own business.
Okay.
That's a risky move, right? But with a strong insurance foundation in place, you can take that leap with more confidence, knowing that you've got that safety net to catch you if things don't go as planned.
So you're giving yourself the freedom to take a risk
Exactly.
and pursue that opportunity.
Yeah.
Because-
that could lead to, significant financial growth.
And it doesn't have to be entrepreneurship. Like, let's say you're a little hesitant to invest in the stock market
Sure.
because it's so volatile,
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
right?
You know, the stock market can feel like a roller coaster, and that fear of losing money can be paralyzing.
Right.
But with that strong insurance foundation, you know, you can approach those investments with more confidence.
Okay.
You know, that even if the market takes a dip, you've got a safety net to fall back on.
So it's like having that cushion that
Exactly.
prevents you from like going all the way down.
Exactly. You can weather those storms and come out stronger on the other side.
Okay, so we're seeing how insurance can give us the freedom to pursue those opportunities to invest with more confidence because we've got that foundation to support us no matter what happens.
That's the power of insurance.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about protection, it's about empowerment.
Mhm.
It's about giving you the financial freedom to pursue your goals and build the life that you want.
Okay,
You know?
that's awesome. I'm sold. I mean, this is like completely reframing how I look at insurance, but I do have a question. I mean, this sounds great in theory, but isn't insurance like expensive?
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about all these different types. Doesn't it add up quick?
Well, that's a valid concern, and it's something that a lot of people, you know, struggle with.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, you have to kind of weigh the cost of insurance against the potential cost of not having it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the financial strain of like a major medical event without, you know, health insurance, or the burden of long-term care costs without having a plan in place. I mean, those costs can be crippling.
Right. It's like that saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly. Insurance is that ounce of prevention. It's about making a calculated investment today to protect yourself from potentially, you know, devastating financial burdens down the road.
Right.
And the good news is you don't have to break the bank to get adequate coverage.
Okay, so what are some ways that we can like make this more affordable, especially when we're talking about, you know, building this comprehensive foundation?
Well, first and foremost, it's about prioritizing. You know, you don't have to get every type of insurance all at once.
Okay.
You start with the most critical coverage based on, you know, your current life stage and your financial situation.
Okay.
So for a young single person, you know, that might be health insurance and disability insurance.
Mm.
As you start a family, life insurance becomes more crucial.
Okay.
And then as you age, long-term care insurance, you know, becomes a priority.
It's almost like building a fortress,
Yeah,
brick by brick.
exactly. It's a gradual process. And, you know, it's important to work with a financial advisor who can help you assess your needs,
Mm-hmm.
recommend the right coverage, you know, for each stage of your life.
That makes sense.
And speaking of affordability, there are ways to manage the cost of premiums.
Oh, tell me more, because I think that's what trips people up are those monthly premiums.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, there's strategies you can explore. For example, with life insurance, you can choose a term life policy, which provides coverage for a specific period of time, like 10, 20, or 30 years. And those policies tend to have lower premiums than permanent life insurance policies, which offer lifelong coverage.
So it's almost like renting versus buying.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Term is like you rent it for a certain amount of time,
Exactly.
and permanent's like buying a house.
You got it.
Okay.
And then there are strategies like bundling different types of insurance, you know, with the same provider,
Oh, okay.
which can often lead to discounts or increasing your deductibles, which can lower your monthly premiums.
Mm,
But, you know, just keep in mind you'll have to pay more out of pocket.
if something happens.
Correct, if you need to file a claim.
Gotcha.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between affordability and coverage,
Right.
making sure you have the protection you need without stretching your budget too thin.
Finding that balance.
Exactly. And remember, your insurance needs aren't static.
Yeah.
They change as your life changes.
Of course.
So it's important to review your policies regularly, at least once a year, to make sure that they're still aligning with your goals and your financial situation.
Like a checkup.
Exactly like getting a regular checkup with your doctor, you need to make sure your insurance is still in good health and meeting your needs.
And life changes.
All the time. Life throws those curveballs.
Yeah.
Your insurance needs to be flexible enough to adapt to those changes. So, you know, got married, had a baby, started a business.
Yeah.
All of these life events could trigger, you know, a need to adjust your coverage.
So it's really important to have a good financial advisor in your corner to help guide you.
Absolutely. A financial advisor can be so valuable.
Yeah.
You know, navigating the complexities of insurance and helping you create a plan that aligns with your unique goals and circumstances.
Yeah.
It can also help you stay on top of those regular reviews
Okay.
and make adjustments as needed.
So it's like having a financial coach
That's a great way to put it.
to help you through this process.
They're your trusted guide.
Yeah.
Helping you build that financial fortress that we talked about earlier.
Okay, so we've talked about protecting our finances.
Yeah.
But what about like the emotional benefits?
Yeah, that's a crucial aspect that often gets overlooked.
Yeah.
It's not just about the financial security, it's about the peace of mind, the sense of freedom, and the confidence that comes from knowing that you're protected. I mean, imagine the relief
Yeah.
of knowing that if something unexpected happens, you and your loved ones are financially secure.
Oh, yeah. I can feel that weight lifting off my shoulders just thinking about it.
Exactly. It allows you to sleep better at night. Focus on your goals, enjoy life more fully without that constant worry of what if.
Yeah.
And for entrepreneurs, it can be especially liberating because they know they have that safety net so they can take risks, they can innovate, and they can pursue their passions without that fear of financial ruin.
So it's not just about protecting your finances, it's about protecting your mental and emotional well being
That's right.
and giving you that space
Oh,
to live a fulfilling life.
that's the true power of a strong insurance foundation.
Okay.
It's about creating that sense of security, stability, and freedom
Yeah.
that empowers you to live life to the fullest.
Yeah. I mean, we've all had those moments where you're laying in bed at night thinking, like, oh my gosh, what if this happens?
Right.
What if that happens?
What ifs? Yeah.
And so knowing that you've got that,
Hmm.
that foundation
safety net.
can just like
Exactly.
really change the game.
It changes everything. It really does. And it's like you said, it's like having that invisible shield that protects you from the unexpected. So you can just breathe a little easier,
Yeah.
focus on the things that truly matter, and that sense of security, it extends beyond just your own personal well-being.